Yeah, so the one on the left's the push, the one on the right's the pull. You know, the pull was a decent pull and the push was a decent push. That's what I was asking you to do. So you can see the path of the hands is very similar. So the yellow lines from the ball through the butt of the club to the sweet spot at the top.
I think the one on the left is the one that I'm trying to do for the sort of straight shot as well.
Yeah.
You know.
But as deep as you were at P3 with the left arm angled in 60 degrees, you were that deep at the top, you couldn't possibly get that move in there. So,
well, as you say, that explains why I'm pushing more.
100%, yeah. So we've seen at P4 when you're anticipating hitting that push that as you're turning, tilting, and extending to the top, the turning starts to, or should I say the extension starts to just increase, just in anticipation of where you're trying to put the golf club. So the lead shoulder's a little bit higher.
Yeah.
But as you transition, the hands come down that yellow line a little bit more on the left, so the hands are staying in for a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And there's a little bit more maintenance or increase even in accumulator 3, which is why the shaft sits under that line more.
Yeah.
The one on the right, you're trying to pull it, so the hands trace.
Trying to keep it out.
There's a little bit more turn, a little bit more flex, slightly higher rate. So the hands are pulled out slightly more, but there's also more of that release, if you will, or there's more accumulator 3 roll going on. Yeah. So on the left, there's a little bit more loading of accumulator 3, and on the right, there's a little bit more rolling or releasing of accumulator 3. In transition, both swings look very similar at P3. So you don't necessarily need to alter the takeaway, the backswing, but there's a different feel, which then affects where the sweet spot's delivered, as you'd expect. Sweet spot in behind the hands for a push, out in front for a pull. And then we talked about impact, right arm straighter, right arm more kinked, right shoulder a little bit higher as a result of that, pelvis a little bit more sort of tucking underneath the one on the left, more draw bias, through the ball. One player's going to hit out at the ball a little bit more, one player's going to come across the ball a little bit more. Because of the shot that I've asked you to hit.
Less wing.
Yeah, 100%, follow through's improving. So that transition, you can keep the club in, keep the hands in, shallow the club out, or you can roll the club. So that rolling component can affect things, and particularly when you get the ball that you're trying to say fade off the tee, your tendency will be to roll that accumulator a little bit too much, if you will. Just start rolling,
I think that's,
shaft starts coming out.
You know, like the one to end up on the tree on the left,
Correct.
I think has been gone too much.
Yeah, exactly, making sure it fades.
Yeah.
So it's the rolling component that we talked about that's at fault. Not necessarily that you've made a bad backswing. There's just that accumulator 3, which you'd expect to see a little bit more of on a fade pattern, is coming in too much too soon. And then from there, as it rolls, it's not just moving a sweet spot in front of the hands, it's starting to close the face to the path. Straight pull left. Or with a driver, potentially could lead to a severe heel strike that overcuts.
Which is the other thing I did on my about the fourth.
So it's that rolling component.
Because in my mind, the way to sort of stop myself being like open is to sort of get it more. There's a fine line between
it then that rolling, if you will, that accumulator 3 roll, which can happen from P4 to P5, which would get the shaft sitting steeper, which is what you're seeing with the one on the right here of these two swings. So the accumulator 3 starts to release or roll from P4 to P5. Or ideally for a draw shot, it would be maintained all the way to P6, very similar to what you're demonstrating, the one on the left really, and then gradually release from P6 onwards, which as you are pushing up out the ground, raising the butt of the club and rolling accumulator 3 a little bit, you're going to start to draw that golf ball. So accumulator 3 is relevant to both shots, but it's whereabouts does it kick in. If it kicks in too much too soon, or it kicks in early, then that's appropriate for certain shots, inappropriate for others. So just worth knowing and considering when you're looking at your golf swing, and certainly when you're analysing your misses, your bad shots.